What if the most dangerous book ever written contains demons more terrifying than anything you've ever imagined? In this video, we dive deep into the demonology of ancient Abrahamic texts, uncovering the sinister entities that have haunted humanity for millennia. From soul-stealing spirits to body-possessing monsters, we'll explore how these demons have shaped religion, folklore, and our darkest fears. Stick around until the end to discover the hidden connections between these terrifying creatures and the world we live in today. If you're ready, subscribe and join us on this dark journey. Let's begin. To understand demons in the Abrahamic religions, we must first look at Judaism. The Shadim were invisible creatures lurking in the darkness, waiting for the right moment to strike. These beings weren't mere ghosts. Their influence could be felt in the sudden chill in the air, or the inexplicable sensation of being watched in the middle of the night. One of the most feared demons was Lilith, described as Adam's first wife, who, after being cast out of Eden, became a hunter of souls. In legends, Lilith is portrayed as a slender figure with dark, wavy hair, but her black eyes reflect a deep hatred for humanity. She was especially associated with the death of infants, terrifying mothers of the time. Lilith represented not only physical danger, but also spiritual, as her presence was said to drain the life energy of her victims. Asmodeus, another significant demon in Judaism, was known as the Prince of Demons. He was associated with the sin of lust and the corruption of souls. Physically, he is described as a being with 3 heads, 1 human, 1 bull, and 1 ram, with a body covered in scales as hard as armor. His gaze was enough to strike terror into even the bravest hearts, and his goal was always to seduce and destroy, dragging his victims into the abyss. The Shadim, along with figures like Lilith and Asmodeus, instilled constant fear in everyday life. They weren't only capable of affecting the minds and bodies of their victims, but were also believed to have the power to alter the very nature of reality. A creaking in the house, a cold draft, were signs that these entities could be near. With the advent of Christianity, demons took on a new identity: fallen angels. These weren't mere evil creatures, but beings that had once been part of heaven, only to fall from grace after rebelling against God. Lucifer, the most famous of them all, led this rebellion, and with him, many other angels were condemned to hell. Lucifer, who was once the most beautiful and powerful angel, was punished with both a physical and spiritual transformation. His radiant body turned into a twisted figure with black wings and eyes that burned with hatred. Pride was his downfall, and ever since he has been depicted as the Prince of Demons, always seeking revenge against God by corrupting humanity. Christianity also introduced other demons, each with a specific role. Beelzebub, the Lord of the Flies, is one of the most feared demons. His appearance is repulsive, with insect wings and a bloated body filled with corruption. He was said to bring plagues and diseases to the lands he walked upon, and his breath could rot crops in a matter of days. Beelzebub is the demon of gluttony and pestilence, always lurking where decadence is strongest. Leviathan, a demon associated with the sea, is described as a gigantic sea serpent that wraps around its victims and drags them into the depths. He is not only a physical threat, but represents primordial chaos, the embodiment of the anarchy that exists outside God's order. His skin is as hard as iron, and his mouth is filled with teeth as sharp as blades. The concept of demons in Christianity is deeply tied to the fear of rebellion and the loss of divine favor. The fallen demons served as reminders of what could happen if one strayed from the light. The presence of these beings on earth not only posed a physical danger, but also embodied the constant temptation that could lead souls to hell. In Islamic tradition, demons take on a unique form. They are the jinn, spirits created from smokeless fire, capable of taking human or animal shapes. While some jinn may be benign, others are filled with malice and seek to harm humans. The most well-known of these is Iblis, the Islamic version of Satan, who rebelled against Allah and was condemned to roam the earth tempting men. Iblis is described as a being of fire who can take human form, though in his true form he is a creature of immense power, with burning eyes and skin that glows with eternal fire. His mission is to lead humanity astray from the righteous path, whispering doubts and temptations into people's ears, encouraging them to disobey Allah. Jinn are not visible to the naked eye, but their presence can be felt. It is said they can enter homes through cracks and shadows, and once inside, they can cause madness, illness, or even possessions. Accounts describe people who, when possessed by a jinn, became violent, their voices changed, and their bodies adopted unnatural postures. Exorcising a jinn was not easy, requiring specific prayers and the help of a cleric to free the victim. Unlike the demons of other Abrahamic religions, jinn have a more neutral nature. While many are dangerous, not all seek to do harm. However, their unpredictability is what makes them terrifying. A jinn might offer wealth, power, or fulfill wishes, but everything comes at a price. Folk tales warn that dealing with a jinn always ends badly, as their true nature is deceptive and treacherous. A common theme across all Abrahamic religions is the power that names and seals hold over demons. Knowing the true name of a demon is the key to controlling or banishing it. In the Book of Tobit, for example, when the Archangel Raphael banishes the demon Asmodeus, he does so by revealing his name. Exorcisms in Christianity and Islam rely heavily on this concept. Priests and clerics performing exorcisms attempt to discover the name of the possessing demon, as without it, it is nearly impossible to control them. It is said that demons hate revealing their true name, as it strips them of power and exposes them to control. In addition to names, demonic seals are tools used to invoke or protect oneself from these entities. These seals are ancient symbols believed to contain the power to control demons. In the grimoire, Ars Goetia, for instance, one finds seals that invoke the 72 demons who follow Lucifer. Using these seals with the correct formula could grant access to unimaginable power, but at the risk of losing one's soul if something goes wrong. The seals and names are reminders of the delicate balance between control and chaos. For those seeking protection from dark forces, knowing the correct rites. Words and symbols is crucial. A mistake, a wrong name, or a poorly drawn seal could be fatal. The Book of Revelation in the New Testament is one of the most terrifying texts regarding Christian demonology. It is filled with macabre descriptions and chilling visions of what will happen during the end of times. Demons, along with beasts, fallen angels, play a key role in the final battle between good and evil. One of the most feared demons in this book is Abaddon, known as the Angel of the Abyss. His appearance is terrifying. He is described as a colossal figure covered in black scales, with wings that spread like a cloud of darkness. His head, crowned with twisted horns, resembles a mix between a dragon and a deformed human. Abaddon commands an army of monstrous locusts that have the power to torture humanity but not kill them. A punishment reserved only for those who do not bear the seal of God on their foreheads. These locusts are horrifying creatures. Their bodies are the size of war horses, with scorpion-like tails that inject unimaginable pain into their victims. They have distorted human faces, long hair like a woman's, but their teeth are like lions, capable of tearing flesh. Their wings create a deafening roar as they fly, covering the sky in a dark tide. This army of demons symbolizes the chaos unleashed on Earth during the last days, where humans face endless torment before their final judgment. Another significant demonic figure in Revelation is the beast from the sea, which emerges from the deep waters with 10 horns and 7 heads. Each head is adorned with a crown, symbolizing the corrupt kingdoms that will fall under the Antichrist's rule. Its eyes burn with infernal fire, and its body is a mix of different creatures as if nature itself had been corrupted to create this abomination. The beast embodies demonic power on Earth, and alongside the dragon, will bring devastation to the human realms. These demons of the apocalypse are not just symbols of evil, but warnings of the horror that could be unleashed when divine order collapses and infernal beings are set free from their chains. Demonic possession is one of the most disturbing phenomena found across the three Abrahamic religions. In this state, a demon takes control of the human body, forcing the victim to do unimaginable things and distorting their physical appearance. Exorcisms are the last resort to try to free the person from this torment, and while many have been successful, some have ended in tragedy. The signs of possession often begin subtly: strange movements, incoherent speech, and a growing sense of unease. But soon things escalate, bodies contort in inhuman ways, and the voices that emerge from the possessed are not their own, but those of entities that mock, curse, and claim dominion. It's said that the eyes of the possessed change, becoming empty or entirely black, while their skin stretches and pales, leaving behind unexplained marks. Baal, a high-ranking demon in Christianity, is known for possessing his victims and manifesting through a nauseating stench that fills the room, often accompanied by the appearance of insects, one of his signature signs. The Gospel of Mark describes how Jesus confronted a legion of demons that had possessed a man. When the demons spoke through him, his voice was guttural and filled with despair. "My name is Legion, for we are many," said the possessed man, before being freed by the divine power of Jesus. This image of a single human body, harboring countless demons, is a terrifying reminder of how these entities can completely strip a person of their humanity. In Islam, exorcisms are also common, where verses from the Quran are recited to expel jinn that have infiltrated the human body. It is said that when the jinn is being exorcised, the person screams and convulses, with their skin appearing as if it's burning from within. The inhuman screams, often mixed with the pain and fury of the jinn, fill the air, creating a terrifying atmosphere for those witnessing the ceremony. Possession destroys not only the body, but also the soul. It is a form of slavery where the demon controls every thought and action of the person. And while exorcisms can free the victim, the scars of having been under the dominion of a demonic being can last a lifetime. Since ancient times, humans have sought power through magic, and with that power comes dark pacts with demons. The promise of power, wealth, or knowledge has led many to cross the line between the material world and the realm of the demonic, but these deals always come at a price. One of the most well-known is the pact with Mephistopheles, the demon who appears in the legend of Faust. In this tale, Faust sells his soul in exchange for unlimited wisdom and power, only to discover that the pleasures he receives cannot fill the void of his damned soul. Mephistopheles, described as a man in a dark cloak, with eyes that glow with an infernal red light, delights in deceiving the desperate, giving them what they desire, only to trap them in an eternal snare. In the world of grimoires, ancient books of magic, instructions on how to summon demons and bind them to the magician's will are detailed. The Ars Goetia lists the names and seals of 72 demons, each with specific powers, ranging from unleashing storms to granting riches. But summoning these beings is neither easy nor safe. Magicians had to draw protective circles and recite specific formulas to prevent the demon from breaking free and destroying them. It's said that those who failed in the rituals suffered a horrific death, being devoured by the demon or driven mad before dying. Paimon, one of the most powerful demons in the Goetia, is known for his majestic appearance. He rides a camel and is followed by a legion of lesser spirits. He often appears as a man with a golden crown and a deep voice that resonates like thunder. Paimon promises wisdom and dominion over the world, but those who deal with him must offer something in return, and it is rarely something material. The price is often the soul. The Necronomicon, though fictional, has become a symbol of the dangers of demonic magic. This book supposedly allows the summoning of the oldest and most powerful demons, beings capable of destroying the world. Accounts suggest that those who read it lose their sanity, their bodies warping as the demons corrupt them from within. Demonic pacts have always fascinated humans, but what many forget is that demons never offer anything without asking for something in return. And what they demand is always more than anyone is willing to give. Demonology in the Abrahamic religions is a window into humanity's deepest fears and shadows. Throughout history, these demons have served as warnings, symbols of temptation and chaos, and personifications of the darkest forces in the universe. But beyond the legends, pacts, and possessions, these stories force us to confront an unsettling question. How real is the evil they describe? And if these demons are reflections of our own fears, what does that say about our nature? The fear of the unknown, of hidden power, and of the inexplicable is a constant in human history. Generation after generation, we have wondered if there is something beyond what we can see and control, something dark and terrifying waiting to be discovered. Perhaps the true threat doesn't come from these beings of the underworld, but from the uncontrollable curiosity that drives us to seek them. At the end of the day, demons, real or symbolic, challenge us to face our own darkness. And it is in that confrontation that we discover whether we are truly prepared to deal with forces we do not fully understand. If you've made it this far, perhaps you are seeking more than just stories. Perhaps dark and esoteric knowledge calls to you. If that's the case, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications, because the journey into the unknown has just begun, and only the brave continue.